In the quaint town of Willowbrook, life unfurled in tranquil hues. Among the cobblestone paths and whispers of the wind, lived Sarah, a woman who carried within her a storm of insecurities. The bustling days seemed to merely add clouds to the tempest in her mind, clouds that obscured her ability to see the sunshine she longed for. Each dawn painted the walls of her room with golden light, yet Sarah found herself burdened by the echoes of her negative thoughts. "I'm not good enough," they would murmur, seeped deeply into her soul like vines twining around an old fence. One Sunday, while wandering aimlessly, Sarah stumbled upon a hidden garden nestled between a bookstore and a coffee shop. It was a sanctuary she had never noticed in her rush to escape the roar of her mind. Intrigued, she pushed open the wrought iron gate and stepped into a haven where nature wielded its quiet power to heal. The garden was tended by an elderly gentleman named Mr. Whitmore. His wrinkled smile was serene, and his eyes, bright and kind. "Welcome, my dear," he greeted, as though he had been waiting for her all along. "What is this place?" Sarah asked, breathing in the floral symphony. "A place where thoughts find their peace," replied Mr. Whitmore. "Would you like to try?" With hesitation clouded by curiosity, she nodded. "Here," he said, handing her a paper. It was filled with questions that prompted reflection. What are your thoughts teaching you? What would they say if they could speak? Why do they linger? Sarah sat by a blooming rose bush, pen resting on the paper. She began to write, pouring out the tangled thoughts and emotions. As she did, Mr. Whitmore offered gentle guidance inspired by cognitive behavioral therapy (CBT), nudging Sarah towards recognizing her patterns of thinking, challenging distortions, and fostering new perceptions. The garden became a place she visited weekly. Each tree, flower, and rock symbolized a part of her journey, a gentle reminder that her mind, though turbulent, held the power to change its narrative. Under Mr. Whitmore's gentle encouragement, Sarah learned to let go of her negative thoughts with ease, transforming them into seeds for growth. Instead of "I am not good enough," she began to experiment with "I am learning," and "I am growing." Her heart lightened just a little more each day. One afternoon, observing the lilies swaying carelessly in the breeze, Sarah realized she felt lighter, like the garden had absorbed her burdens. The practice of mindfulness and reframing thoughts had quietly started to transform her soul. As seasons changed and her garden visits continued, Sarah found herself embracing self-compassion. She became a part of the rhythm that sang through Willowbrook, a rhythm not dictated by intrusive thoughts, but one gracefully orchestrated by acceptance, growth, and inner peace. From that day forward, the garden wasn't just a physical refuge, it was a safe harbor within her spirit, a space she carried with her even on the busiest days. The sun would rise and set, but as Sarah walked through the paths of Willowbrook, she did so with a newfound strength, a belief that like every garden, she too was a masterpiece in bloom.